Hello everybody and welcome to the MMGL Season 1 playoffs. We are currently in the quarterfinals and we have two great games coming up today. A little later on we're going to see the home team Mishmash Gaming taking on Rise Alliance. And right now we have VeNom eSports, who were seeded #1 overall for the playoffs, taking on a very much, in my opinion, underrated team in Saints Republic. I'm joined here tonight by the lovely Jenna, aka Giraffero. How are you tonight, Jenna?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm looking forward to these matches. Playoffs has been pretty rough so far. Yesterday we had our first playoff match and it didn't go the way we wanted, but tonight I have no doubt in my mind they're going to be amazing games.
For sure, for sure. So we're walking into Oregon. We see the first two bands. It's gonna be Thatcher and Lion. What are your opinions about these? Honestly, I don't know.
So my first comment is the Lion ban is he was banned before his nerf slash update, whatever you want to call it, all the time, right? And I still think that teams haven't fully adjusted. The update came to him. His countdown timer's a lot more impactful, I should say. And I think teams just don't want to deal with him. Mira ban, another one, very, very common, especially on Oregon. And the Cade ban, defend hatches from below, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so Kaid and Thatcher's gonna be taken out, so it's gonna be left to just normal hard breachers to be able to get the hatch. Since I mean, there's no they can mute trick it. They can mute trick it, so they might be able to get the mute off, but then again, they're also going to have a Twitch, so it's going to be back and forth utility for these two teams, and again, we're going to have to see how that plays out.
Yes, very, very interesting indeed, and we can see the Montang being showed, but looking to be 6-picked, and the Valkyrie being 6-picked from the smoke. Very interesting changes. They were looking, I guess, more for info than they are plant denial on the defensive side.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of an off pick for them, seeing as they already do have the Maestro, but I guess they're gonna have to set up a strategy that plays around the plant denial, since they don't have really much anything preventing. Alright.
Yep, so first defense, and we are going upstairs to the dormitories. And from what I can see so far, it doesn't look like there's anything too out of the normal setup. It looks like there will be a heavy play downstairs from VeNom. You can see that right now that they've got reinforcements and ADS is set up in the kitchen. However, do they know that drone is on the fridge? I do not think so.
Yes, these guys already got a leg up on intel for these two defending operators, possibly roaming. But again, it's going to be a bit of a rotate situation for them in the first 20 seconds of the round. It seems like this is going to be a west side take, though. And honestly, what I would like to see from these guys is good of out of objective map dominance, being able to take over spots that are roughly contested, but being able to roam clear efficiently and have that type of dominance to basically push the defenders into the objective.
Absolutely, and especially on a map like Oregon, it's smaller. It doesn't take a long time to drone. There are no new spots for you to hide on Oregon. So if the droning is done correctly, along with someone pushing a couple entry frags, they should be able to clear these roamers out pretty quickly if done so correctly.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely can agree, but again, this does seem like a west side and master bedroom take. Very, obviously it doesn't seem very original from seems like more of a rank strat in my opinion, but again, we're gonna see how the utility can change the outcome of this round.
Yeah, and only 2 members on site here from VeNom. I'm wondering if the attack noticed the heavy roam strat and decided, you know what, let's push and get this plant off right away. Unfortunately, though, the Maestro is going to take down the first thermite charge, looking to go for it a second and final time. And you hear it explode. He will get the bedroom closet open.
I'm sorry, this is really good guard, bro.
Still only 2 members from VeNom on site. While the roamers are holding the rest of the map, there's no real pressure on the rest of the map. But as I say that, Godzi coming up big, getting the opening frag of this series onto Carson. And then Shilia with a beautiful C4 from below, the 2K with the C4. Rexy will free frag onto Shilia. And it looks like the Maestro has been down. Are they aware of this? Doesn't seem so. Oh, and a great save there from Patriots. Now looking at a 1v4 all on Rexy as the Twitch. Low HP on the Maestro and the Legion. It's not over yet. But this first opening round looks to go the way of VeNom eSports. And it will with that small pixel angle held by Patriots.
Oh, so good first round for these defenders. So again, they were able to predict that the master bedroom strategy was gonna go in the way of the defenders, especially with that Maestro cam. It was a really big waste of time for those attackers, and they just got pushed into a corner that they could not get out of, and unfortunately they did die to it. And sorry, I had really good garlic bread. What? Alright. So another thing that was interesting is that the attackers did not seem to use any real utility in that round, especially the fact that they had a Capital and a Twitch that was able to take out the Maestro, as well as able to use his crossbolts, and there wasn't very much utility being used during that, so I don't know, and they're gonna have to switch something up if they want to be able to effectively use any type of strategy that has to do with utility, which is again a very big part of these rounds.
Yeah, and we saw VeNom run the Legion, and SR brought an IQ, yet I didn't see IQ with her gadget out, not once, so I'm wondering, you're absolutely right, I think utility and use of gadgets of the operators were a big factor in that last round. See if they can readjust and make proper use of them in this upcoming round.
Alright, yeah, for sure. So
How's the garlic bread, Jenna?
it's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie. The garlic bread.
I'm a little bit jealous.
Pretty good.
I'm a little bit jealous.
I know. Mid commenting garlic bread is honestly gonna be. It's the move.
Keep
It
going
really is
for
the
the
move.
next
Yeah, it is.
possible 7 maps we have.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So yeah, first 20 seconds of the round doesn't seem like anything too conclusive for these defenders. Seems like it's gonna be definite bottom floor strategy here. Nobody really seems to be roaming, meeting, or seems to be trying to defend the top floor. So this is gonna lead to an easy, not really contested spot of the map for these attackers. So it's gonna be, you know, first 30 seconds of the game, these attackers are gonna be able to just waltz straight into the building.
Of course, and that is assuming that they use their drones properly and realize that the rest of the map is in fact clear. We have Clash holding the top of these stairs right now. The Dokkaebi did spot her out. They will call her out. Clash.
For sure. And I do
If
like
used
that
correct.
Oops, sorry, my bad.
Sorry, no, go for it. It's all you.
No, but I do like that the Jaeger is holding on Harry Potter though, so at least they have all of bottom floor held, you know, instead of just having parts of bottom floor and just kind of cooping themselves up into the objective, basically waiting to be, you know, dominated at that point.
Yep, and that could also open up a late round flank from the Jaeger if there is no flank watch on the side of Saints Republic. You would expect someone to be watching Meeting Hall rotation, however, we shall see. But this Clash being pushed back a little bit here with the bolt of the Capital. No damage dealt, but made a strong point that they want her off the stairs. Drones coming down now, and the Montang. We got a little shield on shield action here. Barbed wire in the way of the Montang.
Honestly, I feel like that was a bit of a waste of utility from that Capital. For the first bolt, at least. It did keep the defender back, but again, they didn't really act on it, so of course, thankfully, now they are acting on it, and they're able to be very aggressive and push down the stairs, even with the Clash sitting in the way, so that's good that these attackers are actually moving in on what they want to do, but again, with 45 seconds left, these guys do have a good window of time to start an attack, but so far there hasn't really been any kills in the round, so this is really open.
Just Dom can come up huge here and he'll grab one. That's Ishi Susano on the Dokkaebi gone. Oh, and it seems like there's been a full rotation from the pusher from the attackers. The Montank's now all the way back on Harry Potter stairs, challenging the Jaeger with the Capitao perked up onto the stairs. He will grab Gunzi with that big LMG clip. But time is not on their side here. They have 10 seconds left. Chase is going to get Godzi to go down. And he will double kill onto Shilia. Carson onto VeNom. So now it is left in a 1v3 switcheroo here. Plant going down, and Sigra is going to get Patriots to go down on the clash. And Saints Republic ties things up here, 1-1.
Wow, so that could have gone honestly either way for the defenders. At first, I honestly thought the defenders would have won that. You really.
It was very
really
much
thought...
looking that way.
Yeah, honestly, but the attackers were able to be extremely aggressive with what they wanted, and even being able to put the plant down was a big feat for them, considering they had, like the last 10 seconds of the round. It really came down to it, and they were able to get the kills and win out their individual engagements, and it did. Again, it proved very successful for them, and that was the round.
Yeah, so despite being the last 10 seconds, it was obviously very coordinated on the parts of Saints Republic, and I think VeNom thought they had it in the bag, maybe took the foot off the gas there in those last 10 seconds, and especially in playoffs, you take your foot off the gas for 1 second, and that could cost you the round, and it did just that here.
Yeah, for sure. I think it honestly all started to go wrong when the Jaeger gave up his position on Harry Potter, and the attackers were able to just waltz right down the stairs and be able to get angles to very aggressive defenders and then win their gunfights.
And he had no rotation out of the dirt tunnel either, so once forced into the dirt tunnel, he had to do a run out. He had nowhere to go. The Montang was there, the Thermite was there, and that ultimately ended in his demise and the death of the Jaeger.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically just waiting to die there, unfortunately, but yeah, walking into this new round, though, hopefully we're going to see something a little bit different from these defenders, because they did give up that round pretty easily to the attackers, unfortunately.
Yep, but no change in operator selection here from VeNom. It is looking like a similar setup, however, possibly, and maybe even hopefully more of a roam game. Oh, we get a little team kill.
That's going to be the hard breacher. That's going to be hard breaching capabilities going down. A lot of utility for them, even though they do have a Maverick, so regardless though, that was
that is not the person you want a team kill.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's gonna be very detrimental to any hard breaching abilities that these guys are gonna have. Unfortunate.
The good thing for Saints Republic about losing that hard breacher, if there is something to come of it, they didn't need one last time. They did not hard breach, open up any walls. They simply came down the stairs, went through the door, planted the diffuser, and thank you very much. Will they be so lucky this round? If the defense is able to make the proper adjustments, then it shouldn't be as easy.
For sure, yeah, and it's honestly, it could come down back to that Jaeger again, holding on Harry Potter. You know, he's not going to be able to give up his position this easily anymore. Even though he did get those 2 kills coming from Harry Potter, he might have to keep up his position if he wants to win that out. But we're going to see possible engagement with the Maverick and with another defender, even though it does not become any conclusive kills for them. And
that was quite the aggressive play from the mute there, but both escaping with full HP, no damage done.
Yeah, it's going to be an inconclusive hatch play right there. So, nothing happening. That's too big, but it's gonna be the Maverick that is gonna have to take out all the hatches, unfortunately, and it's gonna be very big time deficit again.
That's all right. That's exactly. And now, having used already some of his gadget and his utility, will he have enough left to open up the remaining hatches completely? It does take a lot of Mavericks. You can see Rexy is gonna get the Maestro Cam completely. That's 3 shots from the Twitch to take it out.
Engagement here with the Jaeger and the Capitao again. It's going to be gunshots going back and forth with no kills, and then another engagement. It's going to be the Jaeger getting the kill on the Capitao. That's more utility down, and the Maverick's going to go down with an aggressive hatch play. So it's going to be 30 seconds left on the clock, and we're going to have, unfortunately, Jackal's going to be pushing in, but he's going to get another kill, and it's going to be a 2v3 now. This might actually turn out well for the attackers if they play their cards right.
They don't have the numbers advantage, they don't have the diffuser, but the way things are going, and they don't have time, as you can see, 10 seconds left. But that's all they needed last time. The Clash doing very solid work, keeping that Twitch. And the
Clash is gonna
360
get
from the
kill.
Clash.
Oh my god, it was classic. That's the classic Clash play. Unfortunate, but it is gonna end with the defenders being able to pull back what they lost in the previous round. So that's gonna be 2 rounds for the defenders. So we're gonna be at a 2-1 scoreline.
Yes, and that opens up kids' dorms and dorms main hall, so they can return to the site in which they defended quite easily the first round of the game. And again, not much change in operator selection. We see the smoke coming off for the Legion. On the offense, pretty much the exact same strat. We do see the IQ. I would like to see the IQ the gadget being used a little bit more, especially with a Legion in play and a Valkyrie. Those cams, info is everything in Siege, and you have the operator to deny the info, right? You have the open gateway to shoot the cameras, find the legions, and you just have to make proper use of it.
For sure. I definitely could not agree with you more on that, but I honestly would like to also comment about the fact that when we were looking at the scoreboard for like the first couple seconds of picking operators, it was mostly very even for the score line and for all the kills. Yeah, as you can see, it was pretty even. So honestly, I'd love to see when a lot of the kills that everybody's getting is really even, because it goes to show, you know, how well these players can work together to get kills together as a team, rather than, you know, one person carrying the others, one person being able to just frag on his own and have to basically work for his team and work for all the kills.
That's exactly the point I was going to highlight, that it shows great teamwork from the team when it's even across the leaderboard.
For sure. So, again, we're gonna walk into this round with not too much of a, you know, composition change. We're gonna have, I believe, instead of a Clash, it's gonna be a Valkyrie this time around. I think so. It's gonna be Valkyrie, and these guys are definitely going to go for more intel rather than slowing down the attackers. So these defenders are going to have to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to engagements on their own, and these attackers.
Yeah, we can see a big difference from their downstairs site hold to their upstairs site hold. Their downstairs site hold, very little to no roam game. They go upstairs, automatically 3 players onto the roam game, and they shut down almost the entire main floor as best they can.
For sure, you know, because it is a big place that is going to be evenly contested by the attackers and the defenders, so you definitely can see why they would be doing this, and why they would want to prevent any type of aggression from west side, especially west side. White stairs, dining hall, the whole thing.
Right, and we see the same strat coming out from Saints Republic here. They're going for that closet wall, and as we heard, it was opened successfully this time. So will they be able to better execute their plan and their site push than last time? We shall see. Carson, an opening frag onto Shilly. That's the first time that Saints Republic gets the opening frag of a round, so let's see if that puts the rest of the round into their favor.
Hopefully, might be able to see something good come out from these guys, but it's gonna be another intel operator going down now, but Mute being able to capitalize on the Jackal, and he's gonna take him down. So that honestly seemed like more of a deficiency with like droning and communication, but it's gonna be again Jaeger getting another kill for the Capitao. So 3-3 situation. Diffuser is going down, almost seemingly unbeknownst to the defenders, but it's gonna be more engagements between the Thermite and the Mute on White Stairs. So we're gonna see White Stairs and the kids hold, but Diffuser is kind of being contested. He's thinking about being decisive, see if he wants to put it down, but the Diffuser holder is going down. It's going to be a 2v2 situation. It's going to be 30 seconds left on the clock. These guys are going to have to play it smart, but another kill for the Zofia on to the Mute. So it's going to be Legion left to have to defend himself. It's going to be Dom. He's going to have to play it right, and it's going to be an engagement with Zofia, and Zofia takes down for her second kill the Legion, and that's going to be the attacker's round. So you were right. It was the Jackal. It was the first Jackal kill. I felt like that really just gave the attackers confidence, and they were able to push in.
Absolutely. And what's fun about that round is the only person with a donut on the board was Ishi Susano, who managed to pick up 3 kills that round. So a nice 3K coming out from the Zofia.
Oh, I honestly thought it was 2 kills, but yeah, definite MVP of the round is gonna go for the Zofia. That was great kills on her part. But yeah, as we look forward to the next round, well, honestly, I would like to see more of like droning from these guys, like because when we saw in the past rounds, it was the Jackal with the mute. He didn't really know where that mute was, and he didn't really like he just it almost was like didn't know what he was doing walking down the hallway. He was just kind of walking like just not even droning. It wasn't too much communication going on there, and he was killed because of it. So I would like to see, you know, less droning deficits, knowing where everybody is, having the intel to be able to push in, knowing where.
Absolutely, especially from an operator who can see footprints. Now, was the
Exactly.
mute sitting there for a while and the footprints faded away? Perhaps, but from what I can remember, he wasn't there too long. He was roaming in the kitchen area, but he wasn't holding that angle on the door necessarily. So had the Jackal had his gadget deployed and ready to go, he might have been able to spot some footprints, but like you said, maybe just a poor use of drones and information. But they still got the round, so Saints Republic still came out on top, which is what they needed to tie this game back up at 2-2. And just a quick point, because just for the way things are going, throughout the entire playoffs, it is infinite overtime. So you have to win by 2. We saw this in invitationals. It went to a 22 or 23 round game. It was very long, but it was interesting, right? It gives the teams, you have to be mentally prepared to play this game too. You know, it's not just, okay, let's run our strats, but there's a timing thing that comes with it, and time is very important in Siege, as we keep seeing Saints Republic, even with 10 seconds, able to make the most of their time. So infinite overtime could be a big thing coming up.
Yeah, for sure, especially being that the attackers and the defenders are contesting very I feel like up until the end, honestly, it's a lot of just back and forth, you know, refrags and just easy kills for these guys. So
Yeah.
not sure how that's gonna play out for them, but hopefully we might be able to see a good bit of overtime play. I'd honestly like to see that from these guys. So this again is gonna be a master push, nothing out of the ordinary for these guys. So it does give the offenders an opportunity to adapt to what these guys are giving them. You know, it's the same thing coming from the attackers, and so far they should have learned that what these attackers are going to do and how they're going to actually play the game. So maybe they'll be able to adapt from it and overcome it.
We shall see.
We honestly shall. We shall. But these guys are already in master bedroom. It's going to be a minute and a half down on the round, actually.
Yeah, so a much quicker push coming out from Saints Republic than we have seen before. They're not deep within the building, but they have made entry, so that is a great start for them. 1 minute left on the round. No roam clear yet, something I would like to see maybe done a little bit earlier. But Sigrug lands his shots onto Shilia. That's a big name off the board for VeNom. So Saints Republic in good form once again with the opening frag.
For sure, and we're gonna see a Maestro cam that Thermite did not see, and possible engagement between Thermite and the Maestro takes down the Thermite. It's gonna be the guy with the diffuser that gets taken down, one of the most important people on the attacking team, and another kill for the attackers, but another refrag, and it's going to put it at 3v3, all happening at once. The defusers are going to try to go down, but it does not. It's 2v3 now with the attackers out of the favor, but again, another refrag. It's going to be a 2v2, 15 seconds left on the clock. Intensity is really high right now. It's the Mute and the Jaeger, and the Jaeger gets another kill. It's a 1v2. The Zophia's on white stairs, and an engagement with Mute, and she does nothing so far, but the Zofia has taken down the Mute. It doesn't get the diffuser down though, unfortunately. And the Jaeger probably not taking her down anyways. Unfortunate.
So interesting there. We didn't see much of a roam clear for the first minute and a half or so of that round. With 30 seconds left, they were still pushing the Jaeger on kitchen. That's too late to try and start your roam clear. You have to have the rest of that map clear with at least 45 seconds left, but already have them cleared, not start your roam clear. It didn't work for them on that one. There was a refrag after refrag. It could have went either way. Zofia missing some shots, as was the Mute. Could have went either way, but a great late round flank from the Jaeger to shut down the Thermite in sight. And from there on, it was 2v1 in favor of VeNom, and they close out the round to take it 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, especially like you were saying, these guys have really, really late pushes. Like, they don't necessarily know what they're doing, and it's honestly a lot of angle holding for them. You know, they're very indecisive in what they want to do, and especially with the fragging going down, it doesn't seem like they have too much of a stable, idea of what they want to do until the last good 30 seconds of the round. They tell themselves they go, hey, we need to actually get on the objective, we need to do this now, go, go, go. And it basically, last 30 seconds of the round, it's high intensity going down because they don't really know, like, what they were doing the other 2 minutes of the round, the other 2.5 minutes of the round.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. This is the last round before the role swap, so we'll see if they can make the adjustment of roam clear on their final round on attack. After that, Saint Republic will take up defense, and we'll see how VeNom decides they're going to approach the attack rounds, if they're going to be more of a let's push site, or are we going to clear the map and roamers before? Because right now it seems to me that Saint Republic is relying a little more on gun skill, where with these last minute pushes, the score is 3-2. They're not winning, but it's working out right now. So gun skill is obviously very important, but proper organization and strategy, I think, can outplay gun skill a lot of the times. And we'll see what VeNom does on attack. But right now we have our last round of VeNom on defense, and we'll see how they decide to close it out.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I mean, again, the strategy has not been working out too well for Saints Republic. It seems like, again, they are focusing a lot more heavily on just straight out gun skill and not too much, organization, like you were saying, not too much effective communication or good, planning in their whole strategy. But it's going to be a blue room or bunker, if you will, push. But the first actually frag of the round is going to go for Jaeger, and it's going to go on the Twitch in tower. So I feel like that was honestly, these guys are again relying a lot on gun skill and a lot less on droning and strategy. Like they just aren't really trying to like even have a good strategy with what they're doing. Like they're not even, all it is just rank strategies.
Yeah, and they find themselves in the number hole here with a 4v5. They're all set up right outside of Dirt Tunnel, other than the Zofia. So they're very dedicated to their push, I'll give them that. But if this one push doesn't work out, what next? And as we can see right now, Gunzi is shutting down that push, but will be refragged by Rexy, so a great refrag there. And Zofia now applying a pressure from main stairs, which will help separate. And this is looking like it could be an okay push. Even though they were overstacked onto the Dirt Tunnel side, the Zofia pressure from main stairs could just do enough. But just Dom onto the Zofia herself. Now everyone's stacked onto the same side, and this could play out bad for Saint Republic.
Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be up to the Jaeger to waste time and be able to get a good flank on these attackers, because it's gonna be IQ that she's gonna be a body that she's gonna have to sit there and watch for the Jaeger. It's gonna waste more time. It's gonna waste more fragging ability, and overall, it's not gonna really be a great situation. Coming down to the last 10 seconds of the round, these guys are gonna have to get down the plant, seeing as that Jaeger is still alive and he knows what he's doing. So it's gonna be Rexy that's going down, and it's gonna be 1v4, but defenders won because of time. It's gonna put them at a 2-4 scoreline with the roll swap now.
So that's not a terrible score, not a big difference. No one got 6-0'd in the first half, so this is still anybody's game, especially with the roll swap coming. Maybe Saints Republic is more of a defending team, but it is important to note VeNom eSports is on defense all 3 maps. They chose defense for the first map, being the top seed in the playoffs. They got to choose their seed for the third map if necessary. They also chose defense. Saints Republic did choose attack on our second map, which is Clubhouse. So they're clearly comfortable with attack. Maybe they're not as comfortable as with attack on Oregon, but let's see what they can do on defense now with the role swap.
Yeah, honestly, if this keeps up though, deficit with droning, I honestly feel like it's going to be a lot of lost rounds for them. They need to pull something together, and they need to play together and play in harmony with each other if they want to be able to win these rounds, because otherwise it's just going to be a lot of lost rounds to, again, the last 30 seconds because they don't know what they're doing up until then.
Absolutely. I mean, let's not be taken the wrong way here. Both teams are playing very well. The refrags are there, which is very important.
For sure.
However, the final kill is what matters, and that's right now, that's what Saints Republic is missing. They find themselves in a numbers disadvantage too late into the round, and had they been going in maybe a little more even numbered or even with a one-player advantage, as we see in the 2 rounds they won, it works out for them. They just got to really focus, buckle down here, and make sure that their defenses are played very well.
For sure. Can't agree more with that, but as we see into this round, we're going to have, I believe, only one person roaming? I think that's going to be the Bandit. Not sure where the other defenders are. Yep, it's going to be, I believe the Bandit is, actually one other is roaming as well. It's going to be the Jaeger. He's going to be in Attic. And I feel like Jaeger could be a very effective player in this round. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. If he's not droned out properly by VeNom, then he can single-handedly change this whole round for them. Just Dom is going to get an open... well, as that's being
Speak
said...
of the devil. Speak of the devil.
There goes the Jaeger. So the drone work obviously being done. We can see he was taken out by a Maverick hole there. So great droning from VeNom. Unfortunate for Saints Republic. It's a 4v4. Still plenty of time left. We'll see what the rest of the round holds, but unfortunately Jaeger not to be as impactful as we originally thought.
Yeah, for sure, but it's gonna be up to the last defenders on the objective and very slightly off the objective on bottom floor to hold up their part of the round. And blue, actually, bunker is already gonna be opened here, and it's already these guys in VeNom. I feel like they're very aggressive in what they want. They're very, firm in what they want in terms of the round, and they know exactly what they're going for, and they seem very confident in what they want. So hopefully that'll be a good sign of the attacking rounds to come.
Absolutely, and there's a reason that they were ranked #1 coming into these playoffs. They're a very good team. Saints Republic, who is another very good team, has thus far impressed me by winning those 2 rounds on the attack. I expected, not a blowout, but I expected a not so close game, in all honesty, and I am very impressed. Despite some little ticks and tacks I'm seeing here and there, but I think Saints Republic have a great shot at taking this map.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it could go either way between each team, but they are going to have to pull something back if they want to be able to win out these rounds, be able to win it for their team. So we're already going to see Maverick jumping down and getting a flash into the objective, but has not flashed any of the defenders. It's going to be IQ as well down with him. So it's going to be very definitive. The diffuser's already going down. These guys are already in the objective, and it's going to be a 2v4 now up to Bandit, and all at once, these guys just took the round.
So again, a very late round push, but coordinated nonetheless, as we saw 4 frags in 4 seconds. So everyone knew their job going into it. And just a nice win there from VeNom eSports to go up 5-2.
Yeah, for sure, and quite the round for VeNom. So these guys honestly seem a little bit more coordinated than Saints, unfortunately, but they do seem very coordinated. They seem very organized on what they want, and even though they can push at the last, few seconds of the round, they know what they're doing with it. They can utilize all moments of the round and be able to know who is where and how they can get to the objective efficiently, be able to get the plant down, and use all 3 minutes of the round in order to do so. And honestly, that is one of the best qualities a team can have, in my opinion.
Absolutely agree, and now we'll see what Saints Republic can do in the dormitories bomb sites. Is their first go at the upstairs bomb sites. Without a Mira in play, it's sometimes a lot more it's the more favored bomb site. They elected to go downstairs first. Didn't really go their way. Let's hope that they can bring it around here and make this a 5-3 game.
For sure. So, again, it's going to be a very interesting round for these guys. They're going to have to try something a little bit new in terms of, you know, especially intel. I feel like intel is going to be a big part of this round, but again, we're going to have to see.
Right, and we do see VeNom immediately onto the drones, and they're not droning themselves in, which is good, right? We saw there that Godzi was actually on the drone in tower for just to reach in. So a big thing is droning is important no matter what, whether you have to do it on your own or with someone. But when you're looking for entry frags and roam clear, you want to have a drone in front of your feet. And there we see Gunzi with the opening frag onto Sigra. And oh, a trade there from the Castle and Zofia. So Gunzi and Ishi trading with the headshots. Not something you see too. I feel that trades were very often a couple seasons ago. Recently, I feel you don't see as many trades happen. But I'm gonna make me eat my words as we just saw one there. Just with a nice frag onto Carson through the Maverick hole in the castle.
Yeah, so again, within the first 1.5 minutes, it's gonna be a 2v4 situation. Unfortunately, these guys are left to have to defend in their teammates' wake of destruction for their team, but it is gonna be still 1:30 left on the clock, and these guys do have a definitive amount of time in order to get a good plant down. And with Mute already going down, it's gonna be Doc left to have to defend himself.
Yep, and just doing a great work on those windows, on the Maverick through the castles, applying a lot of pressure to Rexy. Rexy unable to, oh, he was able to get the mute up, so that's in his favor, but there goes the mute. So all back up to Doc again, and the plan is going down here. The IQ is pushing in, and she will close out the kill onto Rexy. So VeNom moving on to match point with a 6-2 scoreline here for map 1.
Unfortunate for Saints Republic, but these guys are putting in the hard work, organization, and communication. It really does show with their gameplay too. Honestly, I could not give a higher praise to this team right now because they are really just showing off how well they can work as a whole. Honestly, like they didn't even need to put down the plant for, you know, as long as they did, but they chose to wait so they could clear out that mute and just leave it down to the Doc. And after that, you know, they could just go all in and get very aggressive. And honestly, I think the high point of that round that I really enjoyed seeing was the Maverick being able to get on those castle windows, being able to use his own ability against him, and you know, sit in the peak holes and just wait.
Absolutely,
Wait for that
and
Doc.
a big advantage of Maverick is it's not as loud as you would think, right? It's you can hear it, there is audio to it, but it's a much quieter form of hard breach than you're used to. So with that, you're able to get yourself into some pretty interesting positions, as we saw there. He was able to open up 2 castles, one of which went completely unnoticed, and that was the opening frag of the round into the main bunk bed area. And so right there, it was an early advantage with a 5v4, and then we saw him hung up on the windows for the A-bomb site and causing all sorts of chaos. He took out the mute, and he ultimately helped in the death of the Doc by keeping him unable to rotate properly.
For sure. But again, that round did go out to VeNom, but this is a new round, and this is a new possibility for Saints Republic to bring it back. Thankfully.
That's correct. It's not over until it's over, and right now Saints Republic have quite the road in front of them, but it's a road that they are able to drive on if they focus. They can do it.
If they focus, if they put in the communication, the intel work, and most of all, the team chemistry. I honestly think that is one of the biggest parts that this team truly needs to put into it, especially with their individual engagements and being able to help out teammates with that.
That's right, and you know we touched on the scoreboard earlier in the map, and everyone was pretty much doing even work, and that's still the case. Unfortunately, on the side of VeNom, they're just doing a bit more, and we do have just Dom and Shilia putting in a little bit more. But on the side of Saints Republic, they obviously have pretty good team composition, because No one is sitting there with a breadstick. No one has 15, 16 kills. Everybody is contributing. So they just gotta work on the finer details of their game, and they have a great chance at this.
Alright, so it's gonna be lost engagement for Saints Republic. Unfortunately, it's gonna be the Valkyrie that just got baited by the drone and bunker, and that's gonna be uncontested for
Yeah, and that comes
VeNom.
right down to what I was saying before. If you're droning someone else in and not yourself in, it's much more effective. The Valkyrie was focused on the drone when the Zofia pushed in, so great execution from VeNom. And no fault to the Valkyrie. They played it properly, right? She focused on the drone. That's unfortunately the Zofia was hot on the drone's tail, ready for the frag.
For sure, but again, it does go to show how well the VeNom team is working together and how well they can interpret each other's droning and how well they can just push in on each other's chemistry. So we're gonna see Zofia saw that mute, but he does go down to the Zofia once more, and it's a double kill for her. And we're gonna see very aggressive plays. It's gonna be another kill, and it's gonna be a triple for Zofia. So it's gonna be a 2v5 now, 2v4 for another refrag onto Jaeger. But honestly, I feel like they can bring it back, but again, unfortunately, Smoke going down and another kill for Dom. So that was a split ace for Dom and for Gunzi, but it's gonna be our first match, and it was quite a good one, honestly.
Absolutely.
Oregon.
So that's map 1 in the bag. That's Oregon, which was VeNom's pick. Pretty convincing win there from them. 7-2 scoreline. We'll see what map 2 Clubhouse holds in store for us. So we can see here just Dom being top fragger, 11-4. It's a great score. And again, I have to touch on the point of SR's contribution. They all contributed. It just unfortunately wasn't enough this one. Let's hope that they can wrap things up a little bit better and head over to Clubhouse, which is their map pick, and see what that brings us. But for right now, I believe we're going to take like a 2-second break. I'm hoping so anyway, because I'm out of water. So yeah,
For
if we can
sure.
just hold everyone on like a 2 to 10-second break, and I'll be right back. If not, and the rat starts before I get back, Jenna, good luck. But I shall return shortly.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our second match today in our quarterfinals of the Mishmash Gaming League. Today's map, actually right now our map is going to be Clubhouse. It's going to be a bit of a different map right now, and again I am back. My name is Giraffe or Jenna, and today I'm going to be here with Scummy. Hello.
Hello again, Jenna. It is very good to be here once again for our second map of Clubhouse. We just saw VeNom take map 1 pretty convincing, 7-2 against Saints Republic. Saints Republic did a lot of things I did enjoy seeing. I think there's some adjustments to be made on their part. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can apply those adjustments in this map, as it is their pick. So we'll see what comes of their actual gameplay. Right now we're in the ban phase, and right away, Maverick, who had such a big impact in the last game, he is gone. Banned off the board by Saints Republic. They don't want to deal with that.
Yeah,
And
definitely does seem like an individual character.
yeah, so that ban seems to be directly
towards Dom.
I was about to speak French, sorry. Seems to be directed at just Dom for sure. Followed up by the Montang and Echo from VeNom. VeNom, who is defending first. So, a lot of times when you're defending first, you might want to leave an Echo in play to work to your advantage, but they seem to not want to have to deal with it at all. And then the very common Mira ban,
Yeah,
which can always be expected.
I mean, I feel like Echo otherwise would have been a very big player in this match if he hadn't been banned, because this is a very plant-heavy map. Clubhouse is especially a very plant-heavy map, considering that a lot of the objectives on the map are very divided and very easy to control on the attacker side, in my opinion.
Absolutely. It's usually we usually see like a 3-2 split for anchor in Rome or site hold in Rome, because of just exactly like you said, the objectives are pretty split up. Rotations are obviously made to allow you access and all that, but still there are corners to hide in, there are ways to plant around the rotations, and that's what these teams do best, right? There's a reason why they're at this level of play. They know how to strat and counter strat. We shall see what the first round holds. We got VeNom going downstairs. The most divided objectives that there are on this map.
Yeah, for sure, but again, it's going to be up to them to have to defend themselves in these two, again, very split up objectives, but we'll have to see how the round plays out.
I'm very interested to see what kind of roam game we see here from VeNom also. Saints Republic, they're going to need to roam clear. Clubhouse, especially with the addition of those stairs we see right now, roaming is not easy, but it's made easier. So we see Gunsy giving little no-nos there to the cam.
Yeah, it definitely seems so, but I feel like the one thing that Saints Republic really can improve on is their droning ability and being able to roam clear. Like you said, it's going to be up to them to have to take out those defenders that are going to bite them back in the ass, frankly, if they don't do anything about them in the first, minute and a half of the game that they are honestly supposed to use for roam clearing. So, yeah.
And as of right now, I don't believe we have any roamers. Looks like it's going to be a 5-man stack holding the objectives. Something we did see from VeNom when it came to the downstairs bomb sites on Oregon. When they were upstairs bomb sites, heavy roam game. When they were downstairs, they locked in the basement and they held their angles, held their objectives, and did so quite successfully. But a nice opening kill there from the IQ onto the pulse. So just like I asked for the last map, IQ putting her gadget to great use. That's the pulse off the board. That's the C4 gone, information gone. That's a great first pickup from Rexy there for Saints Republic.
For sure, yeah, especially the intel, the fragging ability, it's going to be a good confidence booster for the attacking team, honestly. I really do think it is, but unfortunately it's going to be in the first minute and a half of the game. It's only going to be one kill for them, and they're going to have use this good window of time to be able to execute a strategy that will be effective enough for winning the objective and for being able to get a good plant down, or be able to frag out the rest of the team.
That's correct. So we still have a minute on the board. There is time to push site, but do you want to push site with 4 defenders left standing? Probably not, but with the defenders all being on site, there is no easy kill you're about to pick up unless someone moves out of position. And as I say that, Godzi rotating under the hatch, not a great idea, but will be instantly refragged by the Legion. But numbers still in the favor. Oh, but there we go. The IQ being down will not be able to finish just yet. There is time for the revive, but no one very, very close. But the defuse is going down now. So Chaser Bro on Habana is planting the diffuser. It looks like he will do so successfully. Yes, he will.
Yeah, definitely seems it's going to have to be a very contested plan here. It's going to be another kill for the attacking team, but it's going to be very even now, and the Thatcher is going down from the Legion, so it's going to be a 1v2 situation between the Legion and the Maestro. Actually, 1v1, my bad.
Yeah,
1v1 situation
1v1.
between the Legion and the Habana now, and it's up to the Legion to have to be really aggressive on the pitch here, but he's going to be able to get up the Maestro, and it's going to be 1v2 now. So these guys are going to be able to divide and conquer.
Oh.
And
Will he have time?
He gets taken down, but he is going to
have
have enough
be
time.
Very close, but yes, you are correct. He's going to have just enough time. So VeNom, it looked really good there for Saint Sar. They did everything that they needed to. They had the numbers going into the push. I mean, in terms of roam clear, there was no roamers, right? So did so successfully, I guess we could say. Another check on the board for them. It was just the plan hold, a nice rotate there from the Legion of Just Dom coming in through blue hallway to take out the Thatcher, and that really opened things up for them. Because as we saw, the Thatcher did down the Maestro. He had already shut down smoke coming out of the dirt tunnel. So a great round from that Thatcher on Ishi. But Just Dom coming up clutch, as he's done very much so in the past, and shutting down that round for VeNom.
Honestly, I think the biggest play there was getting up the Maestro, because it gave them the ability to, again, like I was saying, divide and conquer. You know, they came down the 2 lanes that Habana was sitting, and she just wasn't able to take down them both. And especially, you know, having that type of communication and the type of, you know, team chemistry to know where each other is going and know where that Habana was honestly a great sight to see. Absolutely great way to end that round out.
Yep, and here we go. We're going to see I believe it's a cash room defense based on, yes. So cash room defense based on their reinforcements of the garage. So looking like a heavy garage hold here, which can be a very instrumental place to push from on this bomb site. You want to keep control of garage as long as you can. We see Just looking like he might be setting up for some bandit tricking here, but interesting enough, no thermite on the board to open up that wall. There is a Habana in play, so there will be holes that can be made, but not the sheer destruction you see of a thermite.
Yeah, for sure, but it might actually come to favor the attackers, considering that they might want to actually get some precision hard breaching going here. Who knows?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It could open up different lines of sights. You know, not just one big hole. Allows maybe things to be peeked a bit easier. Let's see how it plays out for them. And as it stands now, they don't even look like they're going for an east wall push. Look to be moving it onto these soft walls here on the west. Oh, there goes the breaching charge.
This definitely seems like it's going to be more of a construction logistics type push. And it's going to be the Jaeger getting the first kill of the round. In the first minute of the round, it's going to be on the Thatcher. So that's going to be utility going down, as well as the fragging capability that the dead operator once did have.
So that frag seemed to have stalled everyone's movement. Things slowing down quite interestingly here from the attackers. A lot of droning being done to try and figure out what's going on. Once again, have to add, it doesn't look like a heavy roam game. A nice shots coming out there from Gunzi on Maestro. Right now, the only roamers we seem to have are in garage. That's the Maestro and the Dock. Other than that, everyone is objective, holding the fort down, and doing so quite successfully as they now sit at a 5v3.
Yeah, so again, this definitely is going to look like a construction type of push rather than a rather than a garage push, they knew where their strengths and their weaknesses were coming from, but again, they're still at a deficit with players here, unfortunately. And it's gonna be another kill. It's gonna be another kill. It's gonna put them at a 3v4 now, and possibly another kill, but no, it does go down, and is now gonna be a double kill for Gunzy.
So Gunzy on the Maestro being very effective, shutting down that buck on the window. And he sees the gun barrel, but it was not going to be enough. Gunzy comes around with a free fire and takes out Rexy to secure the second round in a row for VeNom as they go up 2-0.
For sure. So again, this is going to be the second round for VeNom. They're in the lead here, and they don't look like they're losing it anytime soon. So these guys are going to be very, very aggressive on the pitch with winning. So as we move forward into the next round, this is going to be a gym bedroom hold, seeing as they don't really have any other option. But I'd honestly like to see how this plays out, because this is one of like the most contestable objectives that you can get. It really is, and I'd like to see how the defenders as well as the attackers can really play it, because you normally see a construction push or even a balcony push or logistics push, but I like to see window play for them and some type of vertical play coming from them, because I haven't really seen too much of that from either team.
Yep, very interesting points and all valid points, and we'll see if they listen to your adjustments and do what is necessary. For sure, but as we move into the next round, I'd also like to see how the roaming strategy of these guys as well, because it does look like it's going to be a cash room hold as well for them, because I guess they just want to have control of cash and construction. Not sure what's going down there, but honestly, I'd rather hold out construction instead of having cash reinforced but nobody in it. Yes, like you said, it's reinforced, but no one's in it. I'm assuming someone's going to rotate over there and try and hold it. In my opinion, VeNom looking to hold down the entire top floor here. Not an easy task, especially with all the windows and walls that can be opened, angles that can be created by the attackers if done so properly. But VeNom look very adamant about holding down this cash side. Gods are going to take some pre-fire shots. They're not going to find anybody. But it does look like SR is doing a lot more drone work than we saw previously, which is very good. It's a good adjustment that they've made, and despite being down 2-0, the droning has worked out for them so far this map.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like they're a lot more organized and being able to stay together as a team, which it does go to show that, the certain map picks can truly make a difference in a team's success and how they want to play it out for the game. You can have one team play very different on one map and just play a completely different play style on another. Yeah, this does seem like a bandit trick, but it's going to be unsuccessful, possibly. Yeah, he's going to have to retreat back to stairs, and unfortunately, they did get the wall, but it might not be over for this defense round, seeing as no real kills have actually come from the breach and onto balcony.
All that's happened so far is that smidgen of damage done to Thermite and, well, now Ash, but no one off the board yet. A minute 20 left on the board, plenty of time, but you got to get these frags on the offense. You have to start shutting down defensive players and allow yourself more room for the push. Gods are getting lit up there and will be taken down by Cigarette. So a great opening frag from Saints Republic. They need to continue with this, but Gunzy gonna refrag on Carson, and we have a nice push here coming in from the hot tub balcony side.
Seems like Zofia might get flanked on. Yep, she does get flanked out by the Valkyrie, and it's going to be another frag for her, but it's going to be a refrag for Thatcher, and it's now going to be a 3v3. It's going to be 45 seconds left on the clock. IQ is down. She's the one that has the diffuser, she actually has very low health. She's the one that has the diffuser, and it's going to be now 2v3, but 2v2 again with the Valkyrie getting a double kill, and we're going to see, hey, it's going to be a free fire, but no kill resulting from, and it's going to be a crossfire in a 2v1 situation now. So it's up to Valkyrie to have to win back take over, really, the objective now.
They have her on ping and Chaser on the Thermite is going to close out that round. So, glimmer of hope from Saints Republic. I think they deserve to win that round because they applied the adjustments needed to allow themselves to win the round, and they did just that. They droned, they got some opening frags. They did get refragged, but they then refragged the refrag, which is what they needed to do. They found themselves in a numbers advantage. They started sticking the plant to bait it out. Valkyrie had no choice but to push. Thermite's waiting there to cut off the rotation, and that's how you win a round of siege. Very well done from Saints Republic.
For sure, they were truly able to pull it together from the last map at least, and they did seem like a very, very organized team walking into that. They did seem like they knew what they were doing even at the last couple seconds of the round. They utilized the whole 3 minutes and what they could do with it. And so now this is going to be a bottom hold for VeNom. And I'd like to see what they can do here because they did win the first time they had a bottom hold, and I really would like to see the second time.
Yes, so they were successful on their first defense of the bottom site, but it was a very close round.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
so
It was a 2v1 situation though, but
yeah, with the diffuser planted, so it was more of a clutch situation for VeNom. They did just that. They clutched up and won the round. But if SR can repeat what they had done and just keep one other member alive, then it's a completely different ball game. So, see, double Jaeger coming out here from Godsey in Blue Tunnel. Not something you see all too often, or I've personally seen all too often anyways.
it definitely seems like he might be roaming there this time, which he did roam, I believe, the first time as well in blue, but
I can imagine it's to shut down the Habana pellets.
yes,
Perhaps
definitely.
that's the viable option I see for having two Jaegers there.
For sure, we're gonna see a strategy going on here. It's gonna be the impact strategy for Kitchen Hatch. I really like seeing this being played because, again, it's being able to use all types of utility and all types of gadgets in favor of the defense and in favor of what these guys are trying to achieve.
Absolutely, and denial to that main hatch is key. If they can properly deny the Habana from opening those hatches, that is a huge game changer in the way this round will proceed.
Yeah, I honestly cannot agree more with that statement. You know, they're gonna have to, if they aren't able to get the hatches, they're definitely not gonna have those vertical play abilities, and they're only gonna be able to funnel into, you know, the certain objectives of the game. But it's gonna be Abana going down immediately to Gunzi that was waiting for her to push in, and another refrag going for Bandit. So it's going to be a 4v4 situation now. With Habana off the board, it's going to be lost utility, so they're not even going to be able to grab the hatch anyways. And that was honestly just bad plays for Habana overall. That was bad on her part for droning, and bad on the Capital's part for not being able to even hear the Bandit, for that matter.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we were talking about. Now, denial to that hatch is... that hatch cannot be opened, right? They have no other hard breacher on the board. So they have no choice but to push through doors. They not only is hatch not opened, they have no hard breach. There's no walls to push. They're gonna have to funnel themselves through doors and hopefully win their 1v1 gun battles. But it's a lot easier to win a gun battle on defense when you're sitting there holding an angle, especially when you know where the attackers are coming from. They have nowhere else to come from but the openings that are already made.
For sure. So again, another kill for Godsey, and it's gonna be a 3v4 situation. These guys do have a little bit of a time window to push in, but again, it's gonna be the funneling situation, and it's gonna be IQ going down to the Legion, who is holding an angle now. But Capital shutting himself out from Blue Room. Not sure what he was doing with that, but it's now up to Capital and Jackal to have to win out the round with 15 seconds left. The diffuser is down, so they're gonna have to go for frags, but seems pretty bleak in terms of their options. And Jackal's going down now. It's going to be a 1v4 left to Blue Room Capital, and he's going down as well to Legion. So it's going to be another round for the defenders for Team VeNom.
Yep, so I didn't even notice, but the smoke hadn't thrown a canister until the last 20 seconds because there was no need to. And once that first canister came out in Blue Hallway, it was pretty much all set in stone from there on. The Capital.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think he missed the switch to his smoke and threw a firebolt down there. Like you said, he essentially cut himself off, gave away his position, even though the Jaeger already had the idea of him being there. But with the smoke closing off the rest of that hallway you have 3 canisters left with 20 seconds. It's pretty much a GG at that point, and utility used properly on the defensive side, and VeNom comes out with the win.
For sure, for sure. And again, that's going to put us at a 1-3 score line in favor of VeNom now. What we've actually been seeing this whole time is it's going to be a deficit for SR, but again, it's going to be Gunzy and I believe Delusion on the team that was doing a lot of the work, or sorry, Patriots doing a lot of the work in terms of gunning. Yeah,
But look at
gonna be
SR,
going
right?
down.
The absolute
Yeah,
team
you know what? At least they have.
contribution.
At least they're contributing to losing. You know, at least they're all going 2-3 or 2-4. You know, that's what we do like to see. We do like to see at least all of them are winning the same amount, and all of them are losing the same amount. But
I mean, in their defense, everyone's doing what they need to do, just not quite enough against the talent that VeNom has. And I think SR can and already is a great team, especially when you're putting up numbers like that. You don't see you very rarely see such consistency in teams' numbers. Last map, it was almost identical. They all had very, very similar frags. And, I mean, maybe that's not what you want in more of a role-playing game for everyone to have frags, right? You want your fraggers to have frags and your support players to have, you know, good use of a utility and droning and stuff like that. But still, they're all fragging, they're all contributing, and as much as they're losing this match, that is a positive thing you can look at for Saints Republic.
for sure, honestly, like it is a positive thing that you can look at. But walking into this next round, though, it's gonna be Habana against Gunzy, and Gunzy gets the kill on the Habana. So that is hard breaching efforts going down as well as fragging efforts, unfortunately, for this attacking team. And it was just a bad situation overall, especially the proning. Unfortunate, but it's gonna be already a construction push. So this is gonna be a halfway construction, halfway east side balcony push. But again, east side balcony push did not work, so it's up to the Thermite and the rest of the team to pull out something.
Yeah, and they're losing players, but they've already created another access to site. They push into the building. Now it seems everyone's kind of retreated back, but there's access to the site, and just pulling up at the wrong time there, Carson, on the Thatcher. That Maestro would have been a free kill. Just unfortunate timing.
For sure, and it's gonna be Thermite going down. He's unfortunately gonna put Diffuser down along with him, with no other attackers in sight. It's gonna be possibly Thatcher dying. Sorry, the Thermite dying.
So we are looking at technically a 2v4 with Gunzy being down there in the Maestro, but Jaeger, as we can see, is getting the revive. The Thermite's going to be a bit more of a difficult revive, especially knowing that he's down, but it will be successful. So we're back to a 3v5. Very low health, and the Maestro back up to 100 thanks to the use of that stim pistol from Doc. So big advantage here in terms of time and numbers for VeNom. But let's see if SR can pull a clutch. Bring this up to a 3-2. Get themselves back in this match a little bit.
For sure, and with about 20 seconds left on the clock, they're going to have to pull something out very hastily. And they're going to have to win their engagements in their individual gunfights if they want a chance at winning the round. It's going to be a 2v5 with Gunzy taking the kill on the Thatcher. And another engagement between IQ, but it's going to be a 1v5 as Thermite is going down. And another engagement, and IQ is taken out by Just And it's going to be a flawless round for those defenders. Seems like Panda thought the dead body was alive, and regardless, still get the kill, but...
Yeah, regardless, still got the kill. Closed out the round, so 4-1 for VeNom, looking to not be in need of a third map in our quarterfinal match here with VeNom eSports versus Saints Republic. If you guys are just joining us, VeNom eSports convincing, taking the first map 7-2. Look to be on track to do about the same here. This is our last round before the role swap, so we shall see if SR can try and grab a round back here before the role swap and maybe bring things back on defense. I'd like to see them go to a map 3 personally. These are both great teams, so it would be interesting to see what they can do, especially on Coastline, which is, in my opinion, I like that map personally. So
Yeah, for sure. Love casting on Coastline, and again, yeah, exactly what you were saying. If they're able to grab this round, it's gonna put them up at 2-4, and it actually will put them up at the same score as they were the first map and the first role swap that we did see. Walk into this round though, and it's going to be a bit of a switch up in terms of team composition. A definite switch up. Instead of the Maestro, we're going to see the Alibi, the Mute, the Bandit, the Castle, and the Jaeger. So it doesn't seem like any definitive intel operators are going to be used here. It seems like these guys are getting a little bit aggressive. Sorry, not aggressive, but a little bit comfortable with what they think it might be a win for them. Guys might be aggressive as well here. Love to see as the round goes on.
yep, and again we see that full floor, top floor push all the way into hold all the way into cash. So same strat looking to come out from VeNom here. It didn't work for them last time, right? This is where SR did win their sole victory round. Let's hope they can recreate that and, as we said, move on to a 4-2 before the role swap. But if VeNom has made the adjustments necessary as to what caused them the loss in the last time they defended this site, then this should be a pretty easy win for them there. That thermite charge, it's not how you want to start your push, with the thermite charge being Bandit tricked. And not only does he lose the charge, but Bandit doesn't lose any of his shock wires. So the Thatcher not coming out. My question is, where's the Capitao? The Capitao bolt through that drone hole on a proper angle, and that could possibly open up the right side and keep the Bandit at bay for enough time to open that. Seems he's occupied elsewhere, holding that cache window, very common peak. And they've really got to figure something out here. And the thermite looking like he's going to try and stick this one. I don't think he's going to get it. It looks like, yes, and those are both thermite charges down. So denial to that west wall entry, which is where they had their success last time. So that's very, very critical for Saint Republic.
Unfortunately, but that's gonna be down for the thermite. See, I'm not sure what was going on in the thermite side, thinking that he could actually win that bandit trick fight, considering that like he didn't even have the Thatcher with him to shut down the bandit trick. But I guess
he was definitely trying it all on his own there.
Yeah.
But sure. I mean, the Capitao's angle holding paid off. It is now did get a kill.
Oh, and the Thatcher goes down. Yeah, he did. Didn't go down. Seemingly went down without a fight, unfortunately. But again, this is gonna be another kill for the thermite. Now it's gonna put us at a 3v3 situation with about 35 seconds left on the clock, and it's gonna be Ash going down now as well, unfortunately. But Diffuser is down in construction, so if these defenders play their cards right, they might be able to just secure a 5-1 lead in Clubhouse right now. But again, a 3v2 situation, another kill for Sigra.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be up to Bandit to the left to defend, but two people are down right now, and it looks like it's gonna be 6 health for the attackers. Sorry, actually no, sorry, 5 health.
Oh!
This one Zofia, but she gets the kill anyways. Oh my gosh.
Great push, despite not having access to the sites in the way that they wanted. I mean, Sigra really saved that round, in my opinion. Sigra came flying through the breach wall from underneath the hatch, picked up a 2K, made it a 3v1. Bandit, great refrag onto Sigra, and I think he was trying to play time there, right? Just kind of escaping, slowly moving around, and must have been good information call out on Saint Republic's part, as the Sophia knew exactly where to rush, and she managed on the last second to secure the pistol kill.
Oh my gosh, I thought the Ash was up. I didn't even know she was down. Yeah, it was up to Zofia. It was a 1v1 situation. Oh my god. I can't imagine how Zofia feels right now. She must be shaking. Yeah, absolutely, like just just anxiety, stress like crazy. I mean, she just completely clutched that round for her team, and now it's a 2-4 situation, so they can bring this back. They can win the rounds, but we're going to have to play it wisely, especially now because this is their defense rounds, and they're going to have to play it like they can actually win.
Yeah, and you had mentioned that in map 1 we saw a role swap at a 4-2 score line, so the exact same thing coming out here.
Yeah.
This time, however, the second SR win comes on the role swap change, which could be the boost of confidence they need. Moving on to defense, we've mentioned the term confidence a lot. It's important, right? If you feel confident that you're gonna win your gun battles, and you know that something is clear because you droned it. If you're confident when you're with your play style, it changes the whole game.
For sure. I honestly cannot agree more on that. But yeah, we're going into this next round with hopeful confidence from SR and hopeful that they can actually win out these couple rounds that they're facing on defense.
Very interested to see us. I would love to see SR make a comeback here in map 2 and bring us to a map 3 on coastline.
For
Whether
sure.
or not it's in their cards, we'll have to see how they handle this first defensive round. Now the Valkyrie looking to be tracked.
Yeah, I feel like honestly Jackal is going to be a big use here in the round. It's going to be the first frag coming out for Sheila onto the Jaeger. So that's going to be roaming opportunity down for the defense as well as the fragging opportunity. Unfortunate for them, but Valkyrie again getting tracked by the Jackal. Very pesky attacker. Honestly, I'm not sure why they did not take away Jackal. Like, he's honestly one of the most problematic operators that you can face in this competition. He truly is. Like, I cannot express that, but it's a kill for Valkyrie. And a fortunate one at that, but she does get refragged by the Buck. And it's a 2v4 now with another frag coming from Dom from Blue Room. He was able to waltz right down, seeing as nobody was watching. And now he's back in the objective here, it seems. And it might be able to get a plant down if successful. But we see another kill for Sheila. It's going to be a 1v4. It's up to Mute to get the kills, but he unfortunately does not and gets taken out by Buck. And that's going to be a 5-2 lead for VeNom.
So unfortunate there for Saints Republic. They started that round off pretty well, but great refrags from VeNom, and they took complete control of the A-bomb site and completely had Mute and Maestro shut off in church. When the Maestro tried his rotate, Shilio was waiting there and got shut down, and then the Mute, great push. They didn't push them on one at a time. There was a calculated, coordinated push with the breach wall through the hatch. So a nice round from VeNom, can't deny them that. They take the 5-2 lead and looking to make quick work of Saints Republic, a team that I feel is very underrated this season. They finished very well. They won some big matches. I expect them to do very well. I expected them to do very well in this game, and they still have a chance at that. So let's get some hashtag SRs in the chat and get them the confidence they need to bring this score back and send us to a third map and have a chance at winning this.
For sure, but again, honestly, I cannot express how much VeNom has actually been working on the roam clear and working on shutting down any efforts for the roam from SR. Truly, honestly, they haven't even, I don't even think one time they've actually been taken out by a roam this on their defense. Or even on last round's defense. I don't even think they were taken out, maybe once or twice, but other than that, they have been pretty solid on the roam clearing game and on being able to drone effectively and efficiently.
Absolutely, and we can see things starting to get a little more shaky on the scoreboard. We have Gunzy, top fragger, so people from, the players on VeNom obviously all have very much skill. We can see Saints Republic, they were all very even. Now things have started to mix up a little bit. Still very close, but we have Carson leading the way on SR5 frags. They're going to need to do a bit more. The rounds are close, right? But it comes down to those last 30 seconds almost every time, and VeNom comes out on top almost every time. So if they can just clutch up, focus on those last 30 seconds, focus on winning their gunfights, this could be a completely different game if not for 1 or 2 kills in a round that completely changed the direction of the teams.
And honestly, to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that Jaeger has the confidence to be able to roam once again. And again, this is gonna be actually shutdown from, I believe, Tunnel from Valkyrie. That was actually a really good shutdown for her. But yeah, like I was saying, it was
Oh, the Ash rushed, the
yeah.
Sophia rushed in.
Yeah, honestly, and that's going to be Gunzy, one of the top fraggers for their team down, so we're going to have to see how that affects the round. But once more, I'm honestly surprised that Jaeger's been having the confidence, Jaeger and Vigil having the confidence to roam once again, seeing as these roamers have just been completely shut down, and Sigra getting the kill on Buck, and that's going to be another frag for SR.
So this is what we needed to see.
Honestly, yeah, playing together and playing off of each other on the roam. But speak of the devil, you know, it's gonna be Vigil going down to Dom, unfortunately. Very good gun for the team, and no lost engagements here with these teams, but very inconclusive ones at that. And it's gonna be Mute going back and forth. He's trying to play aggressive in the objective, but just does not see any way to get the kill, and dies unfortunately in that situation. But it's a 2v3 situation now. It comes down to Valkyrie in the last minute of the game. It's now a 1v3, and the plant can go down in church. So it's up to Maestro, but he does go down to Sheila without even looking down the main hallway. If he had just peeked that angle and was able to look down the hallway, he might have saved himself. Again, unfortunately, it's going to be another W for VeNom. And it's going to put us at match point. It's going to be a 6-2 lead for them.
Yep, and we move on to match point here, and series point. VeNom looking to click their ticket to the semifinals. Saints Republic is all that stands in their way. They have a lot of ground to make up. It's very unlikely, unfortunately, but I'm not one to shut people down when there's still hope. So you guys got this, Saints. Bring it back. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. These guys have the ability to bring it back, but the question is, will they? Because it did seem like even in the last match that they were being very shaky, even on their defense rounds. They were just getting completely shut down by the aggression. They just didn't really know what to do with what they had. It'll be unfortunate rounds for them.
And for this do or die round, they decide to go upstairs to the cash room defense. This is the first time that they've gone here, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. And it might be the last, unfortunately.
Yeah, it might be their only chance. Let's hope that they can prove everybody, or prove us wrong rather, and shut VeNom down here. Get it to 6-3, take a deep breath, step back, and then come out gunning once again to just keep climbing themselves back into this game and into this series.
Honestly.
Got a $1,000 round on the line here for Saints Republic.
For sure. Alright, we go to the first 20 seconds of the game, and this does look hopeful for VeNom, but it does seem like they're bringing a bit of different operators here. First few rounds here, it seems like they're going to be more heavy on the utility, coming in with Thatcher, Nomad, Zofia, and an Ash. So it seems like a lot of fragging opportunities for them as well as utility opportunities. So I would really like to know how they can effectively use like Nomad, Zofia and Thatcher in unison with each other and within the round as well. Yeah,
the Nomad's an interesting pick for me. Despite VeNom winning that last round, the roam game of Saints Republic was definitely better and a little more shut down. And I don't know how that wasn't a headshot, but a great answer there from Ishi Susano onto the Zofia, I believe, or the Nomad, to put Saints R 5-3.
Major utility down for the attacking team. Unfortunately, it's going to be the flank watch and the breaching ability down for these guys, as well as good frags, as I believe it was No, sorry, Godsy's actually still up. Is the Ash main right now, but he is the top fragger so far for the attacking team. Other than that, it's going to be a lot of utility going down for these guys, and it's going to be a kill for Godsy.
The dirty one tap. I don't like that play from Castle. He did a great job holding that. But you've been called out by that point. You know, and at this level, you're going to get pre-fired if you're still holding an angle. Castle should have rotated.
Honestly, he wouldn't have been able to die in that situation, but again, he did have low health, so it kind of does explain. But it's a 3v3 situation now. It's going to be Sheila getting another kill, so odds are completely in either favor, honestly, at this point. Either favor. It obviously does seem like it's going to go for VeNom, though. They do have 50 seconds left on the clock to win back the round, and it's going to be Bandit. That is just super low health, as well as Deletion going down to Godsy. And so it's going to seem like more of a 1v3 now with Bandit at extremely low health. And it is now a 1v3, and it's going to be Bandit taking down the Thatcher with the diffuser, but they make quick work of round 9, and that's going to be the game. That's going to be the match itself. So
yep, that's going to be it.
Goes to VeNom.
Great play coming out from VeNom in both maps, 7-2, 7-2 on Oregon and Clubhouse. We will not get to see Coastline tonight in this match. Saints Republic, very unfortunate. Looks like they're going to be going home until Season 2. I very much hope we see them back in the MMGL for Season 2 coming up. The announcement for that, of course, will be coming up in the near future. And VeNom eSports, moving on to the semifinals. They were top-seeded team for a reason. They proved it here tonight why they were top-seeded. And they're going to move on to the semifinals. If I'm not already muted, because Ferg